Hey, what's up, YouTube? Back with another video. Just a little update on what I got going on the project. What you see here is I got my battery and I got fuse holder going into a relay. This relay is set up for my switched ignition and my constant power because I'm gonna be running electronic fans, and I'm also gonna put fog lights on here. So I had a fog lights from like the SS trucks. So I set that up over there so I didn't have to go all the way back inside the truck to catch power, because I got the fuse box taps, but I didn't want to have my whole fuse box full of those. So I just wanted to have something under the hood that I could tap into. This is something that I just came up with on the fly. I probably will either close this in or maybe move it a little bit more. Some of these wires will get moved over here to this location because I got the driver's side battery tray and I got to get it cleaned up so I can get it installed over there, so I can clean up a lot of this stuff. Like this the main power for the fuse box. I'm gonna clean this up, probably clean this wire up, move it off of here. Only thing I really want on here would be the starter and probably the Terminator X-Max. That's about the only thing I really want on here. And of course you see this here. I just got it placed up here. I'm mocking it up right now. I'm in the process of working on the there we go. I'm in the process of working on the exhaust. I got the exhaust started. We gonna go down through there. We gonna run it back 3-inch all the way to the back with a muffler, probably Spentex. So I still gotta get my wastegate welded on here. Take this to the shop, let them weld the wastegate on here. Let's see what else we did. The Terminator X-Max is installed. This is my old wire harness. It's still connected, probably this winter or maybe sooner. I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna try to go through it myself. If I don't go through it myself, I'm gonna send it off to get it thinned out so I can clean this engine bay up a little bit more. I still gotta come back and still looking kind of rough because I'm gonna clean up some wires. I'll probably put me a bus bar down here so I can keep some of this stuff off of this terminal and off of the new battery. But yeah, that's what we got now. All this stuff, these trans cooler lines, I still got to put trans cooler line on. This return for the turbo. This my oil feed line for the turbo. I had to wait on some parts to come in. Like I said, I'm running E-fan, so I'm waiting on the E-fan to come in. I got the radiator cover came in yesterday. Waiting on the E-fan so I can put the radiator in, and that's about it. Let's see what else we got. Gotta take this steering shaft off. I made a steering shaft. You can buy them from Cunningham Machine, but honestly, I didn't want to spend $164 for a steering shaft that everything I can get off of Amazon. I bought everything off of Amazon and eBay. The actual shaft that they use, I bought it off of Amazon. It was like $36, I think. And the U-joint, I got it off of eBay for about $18, I think. So for way under $160 something dollars, I think they're like 164 or 130 something. Well under that, you can make your own. All you gotta do is cut it, put it in there, and you can weld it. I welded mine, and yeah, got it made. So we just about done getting ready to fire this motor up. I just wanted to give a quick update, and don't mind all this stuff gonna get cleaned up, like I said, but we almost there. I talked about the system for a second. Let's go inside the truck, show you the system. Y'all give me some feedback on how y'all like it. All right, back to the inside of the truck now. Turn the switch on. I got my gauges hooked up. I got them set. That the fuse box is under the hood. That's one of the things that I had running to the fuse box. That's one of the things I had running to the fuse box under the hood. Let's see what else. Got the radio installed. I still got to pull it out and adjust it so I can get it to sit a little bit better in there when I put the bezel back on. What else we got? The system. So you see we got the DSP, PRV, DSP in here. I've been playing, well, I haven't really been playing with this. I tuned everything on the EQ on the radio. I got a 2,000 watt Pioneer amp for my 12-inch sub in the console. I have a Pioneer Champion Series Pro 3,500 watt 12 in this center console. This is a Tarumps amp, 400 by 4. It's pushing 4 6.5s, 4 Orion 6.5s, and one set of DS18 3-inch tweeters. And this is my distribution block for my power. That's my distribution block for my grounds. I gotta clean these wires up. I really hooked everything up just to kind of test everything out, because this is an old sub I had, and this amp is an old amp I had off another system I had in my previous truck. I got like I think this was a 4 gauge. Either this was a 4 gauge or 8 gauge. I think this was an 8 gauge wire. All my power wires and ground wires welding cable. And I think this was a 8 gauge welding cable. I did it before I really read over everything. You really don't need, but like you don't even need a 10 gauge wire. I think it said you could run like a 12 or 14 gauge wire to power up the PRVs. Or the DSPs, I'm sorry. Because they only pull like, I think it said 3 amps. So, like I said, I hooked everything up, just test fitting everything out. So, this power wire and this ground, they're going to come off because I got it running on a huge fuse. So, all this going to get ran. Well, I already ran it. Just got to hook this wire up. This going back up under the hood to the fuse boxes. It's going to have like a 5 amp fuse, maybe a 10, and that'll be good to go. Everything else, the amp rack. Let's talk about the amp rack for a second. This ain't nothing but a piece of, I think, 1/2-inch plywood that I got. I just painted it black, and I knew I didn't want to go through the troubles of making the amp rack up under my seat. So what I did was I went online and started trying to figure out how I can make a simple amp rack. And what I came up with, which somebody may not like it, but it's going to be cool for me, is this thing has magnets on the back. See if you see it. These are magnets. I found these on Amazon. And they say they hold like 150 pounds. And I think that's for the set, because it's not for one. But they are strong. I ain't going to lie about that. So what I did, since this is my carpet for the back wall, I just marked where my magnets was and I cut out the carpet. I already got the you see I got the sound deadening back there, and of course the wall back there. So I just marked everything, and it holds real good. Even though I'm not driving the truck yet, I still get back in, tug on it, and it takes some force to get it off. So once I get the seat in here, it's probably a never move. But I got one right here, and I got another one right here. I plan on finding me a spot to add maybe one more, just for added measure, to make sure it don't move. Like I said, I couldn't find all of these amp wires, are DS18 amp wires, and I like them. Well, RCAs, I like them. I just want them shorter. I want them like 1 foot, 1.5 foot. All the 1.5 foot RCAs I found were sold out. So at some point, I'm going to go back and buy some shorter RCAs again. Well, not again, but buy some shorter RCAs so I can clean this up. I don't think I'm going to run this stuff behind the amp rack and try to fish it up through. I don't think I'm going to do all that, because this is going to be behind the seat. You probably never see this unless you let the seat up, and really ain't no reason to let the seat up, to be quite honest. I got to straighten out this carpet a little bit more. Of course, this going to be behind the seat. Ain't nobody going to really see it. But just for me, I want to straighten it up just a little bit more. Let's go up here. Like I said, I got the 6.5 Orion 6.5 DS18 3-inch tweeters, and the Orion's in the door. Pretty loud. I need to check them, make sure everything hooked up right, because these on the doors are just a little bit louder than the center console. So I'm gonna check these I'm gonna check them and make sure I got them hooked up right on the amp. Anybody who watched the video that do systems, if I did anything wrong, let me know. If I could do anything a little bit better, let me know. These are my LED lights. Change these out, change out the lenses, put LEDs up here. Even the dome light got LEDs. That's all my parts and stuff back down the truck that I'm using. Now, Terminator X Max. Let's see if we can see. Do I have my flashlight in here? I ain't got a flashlight in here. But I came through under the dash right down here for the, this is a vent. I guess it's like it ain't a defrost vent, but it's a vent that come down to your feet. It push to the driver's side feet, come out to the passenger side feet. I pull that down, cut me a hole back behind that. So I will be fishing these wires. Well, not fishing them, but just sitting them up against the firewall. I'm gonna bring them up. I'm gonna bring all the slack up under the dash and try to loop everything up here because the computer is gonna actually go in the glove box. I thought about today maybe putting the computer on the side of the box, but I don't think it's gonna look right. It was just a thought. So all these wires gonna get hidden up in here, and 9 times out of 10, the computer's gonna go in the glove box. Only thing I got left really to do wiring wise is just running all this stuff and getting it hooked up. But I'm trying to wait because I got to do some welding, and I may do it in the truck, test fitting my exhaust. So I'm going to wait to hook all this stuff up because I don't want no problems out of this Terminator because I bought it back in 2022, so they ain't got a warranty on it. So yeah, that's where we at now. You can go back and check out some of my previous videos of this truck. You can tell it's come a long way. If you go back and look, at least the interior has. The exterior still looks pretty much the same. I just swapped out some doors and they the same colors and swapped out fenders. I did clean up the front end of the truck because it was wrecked. Got to get everything painted now on the outside, but the interior looks 100% better. Door panels are ready to go on. I'm waiting on the door actuators. That's the only reason why I haven't put the door panels back on. Waiting on door actuators because these don't want to unlock very well. You can see I took the actual door handles off. I got new door handles sitting over on the other side of the garage. They're waiting to be painted. So once these actuators come in, then I can reassemble the doors all the way. But yeah, that's what we got. That's what we looking like. At some point, I'm not sure if it's going to be this week. It might be this weekend if it's not raining. I'm going to take the truck outside and do a video of the system playing so y'all can hear it. I can get some critiques on that. Tell me what I make it do different or, how it sound. Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate it.